Let's talk about budgets. For this program, we've designed an initial budget that will help you reach specific goals that are designed to maximize the financial opportunity for each child. Now, these are recommendations. You can do less, you can do more. What we recommend is use the numbers that we've provided in order to get your accounts and automatic deposits set up. And then once that is in order, when you do your first annual review, you will see where you are based on the goals, and you'll be able to make additional contributions based on your child's age or current market conditions. This just makes it easier to get started. We're going to do this based on the early process and then the individual accounts that fall in line with that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to do education. This is going to be done by a 529 account, and you'll be able to dive into the training and specifically how to set this up and how to find the right account for you. Our program is set up to use $500 per month because this is one of the largest expenses that you're going to have earliest in life. Most children are going to need this around the age of 18, and it's a pretty big number. If you can't contribute $500 a month to start with at least $50. It's amazing how compound interest will help you work towards saving as much money as humanly possible for your children. And then when you have better years, you'll be able to contribute more. What this is going to do is this is going to give us approximately $180,000 when the child's 18 years old, if they were just born in the last year. Now, based on best forecasts for in-state public schools, this would be more than enough money to cover tuition and living expenses. Now, the program is also designed to grow as the market changes to deal with inflation. So these numbers may change over time, but the best information that we have available today says that these are the right numbers to get started with, and then we'll adjust each year when we use our annual review process and our financial planning calculator. Next, we want to get started with retirement. Primarily because even though this is the longest investment away from being needed, it's also the one that has the most compound interest opportunity. It's amazing that with $50 a month going into a Roth IRA from the time that your child's born, your child will retire with $6.5 million at 65 years old, based on normalized returns for the types of funds that we use. That's pretty fucking amazing. Life expenses. Now, we're going to do two different types of accounts here. One of them is a brokerage account. It's going to follow some of the similar investment strategies as a Roth IRA. We're going to start putting $100 a month in that, and it's going to give us around $150,000 at 25 years old. This is going to be used for different things like buying their first car, paying for a wedding or a honeymoon. There's a lot of other things that you can do with this, such as starting a business, buying a rental property. The next one is bonds. We're going to put $200 a month in there, and we're going to have about $125,000 at 25 years old. Now, one question that comes up when you look at this, how am I putting twice as much money in and having less at the same age? Yeah, that is kind of a conundrum. The reason that that happens is that there are average returns, there are expected returns, and then there are actual returns. The markets fluctuate. Bonds are going to be a little bit more stable, knowing the interest rate that you're going to get when you purchase them, which actually right now is pretty high because inflation's high. Brokerage accounts can fluctuate. Some years you're going to have negative returns. Some years you're going to have positive returns. None of these numbers are absolutely guaranteed except for the bonds, because they are a fixed interest rate or fixed return on your investment. So we're going to hope that over time that our return on our brokerage account is greater than what the bonds are, but we're going to diversify to ensure that we do have something solid going forward. Diversification is going to be a big part of this program. We're going to talk about that a little bit more as we get deeper into the program. Next is insurance, which is going to be a whole life cash flow policy. For the first few years, you're going to pay about $100 a month. You're typically going to pay that annually, and it's actually a little bit less. The accounts that I set up for my children were $1,070 per year for the first 5 years, and then it drops down to $360 a year after that. So then we get down to like $30 a month, which will make it a lot easier. This is going to give us two things. Because it's a whole life policy, cash flow policy, There's going to be $25,000 available. They're going to be able to borrow interest free. It's going to be that insurance piggy bank for them. So they've always got some emergency cash on hand. More importantly, though, they're going to have a $350,000 death benefit at 65 years old. One of the problems that I see when it comes to financial planning for adults is that they don't start life insurance early enough, or they don't start the right type, meaning they go with term over whole, and then they get into their 30s or 40s, and all of a sudden those premiums are $6,000, $10,000, $20,000 a year just to get caught up on what you can do for $30 a month if you start this for your child. Now, again, these are target budgets that are built around the financial models that we use in our annual review and our calculator process. You can do more. There are limits on some of these account types of how much you can do. We would like to not do less. If you have to do less, getting those first two, your education and your retirement set up for $50 a month, so that's $100 a month in total, will give your child a significant head start on life. And if you can jump in and do the other ones, it's only going to continue to build on that foundation and really give them an opportunity to succeed and enjoy all the benefits that financial freedom can bring them. Now it's time to jump into the course. So after you've completed this video, you've got all of the things that you needed in the getting started video ready. You can dive into the first course, which is going to be setting up our education account. And we're going to walk you through that process. We're going to provide you one-on-one support with your account manager. You're going to have direct access to me via chat, email, or our weekly group calls. We are here to help you get this set up and to start building the model for financial freedom that's going to help you establish a better relationship with your child and with yourself as you feel what it means to dedicate part of your life to your child's future. We're really excited to take this journey with you, and I will see you in the next training.